Hello, welcome back to Man Matters Podcast. Nate and myself back, Brown, after vacation. It's on 10. How's it going, man?
Not too bad, man. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just some time off, spend some time with family, survive, not getting shot. I was in Myrtle Beach down there. My sister, yeah, my sister said she wanted to go to the strip. Like, nah, I'm kind of allergic to lead. I don't want to die.
Just got serious problems with that stuff,
I don't like it. I don't know what it is about it.
especially when it's moving really fast.
Yeah, really hot lead. I don't like it. Though after we were out for 2 weeks, but we have a lot of catching up to do for this week episode. What do you want to start? Your start. Ben Askren update.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Start out with some good news.
Yes. Good news of Ben Askren is doing better. He had double lung transplant. I know you guys remember he had necrotizing pneumonia, which is the lungs. That was I'm not sure it was caused by his staph infection that he had or something else caused it. But he had a double lung transplant, in which what is weird that his insurance didn't it wasn't covering any of it.
Wait, really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, the insurance wasn't covering it. They were able to cover it, so he had to like crowdfund for the surgery, which is not cheap. They asked Dana White about it. He donated some money. He's like he doesn't like talking about that, but yeah, he reached out to the wife and he was able to help some money. Allegedly, what's his name? Also, Jake Paul was donating for his surgery.
Really? Yep.
Yeah. So
I
like
saw he made a comment about like he's one of the toughest fighters or something like that, just because he made it through this.
something tough as that. I mean, he's just not just boxing. He only did a boxing match with Jake Paul. But also did MMA and also wrestling, like three different sports. He would say he never smoked his whole life, and like he didn't like drink like that. His wife said he was one of the healthiest persons she knows, and then he ended up with this lung transplant. And he said he doesn't recall anything between May 28th and July 2nd. It's just nuts.
Yeah, blank month of your life.
Yeah. I'm losing almost 50 pounds during that time. And it's crazy. Yeah, so he's not exactly out of the woods because it depends what his lungs might be able to he might reject the ones that were that he got. Because there are cases of the ones that happen that their body don't take it because he has to be on some medication so that way the body doesn't reject because your body rejects like for example when you have a knee graft like a cadaver sometimes it doesn't take it for example they have to redo it again. Same thing with the lungs. And my wife, she's RT. She like talk about the life expectancy for somebody with lung transplant is around 10 years from surgery.
Oh,
So you have to be on medication. So like there's like the odds of you making it past that is slim. He's not that old either.
right. No, that's is he?
I say he's in his 40s.
Oh, is he that old? I didn't think he's. Yeah, he's 40.
Yeah. So I mean just not that old.
Right.
But hopefully he has speedy recovery. Will he be able to go back on the mats? I doubt it. But he still has his own wrestling style that he when he was a wrestler. His undefeated streak in MMA. He also had that knowledge because he has a high Q for coaching because he has his own wrestling academy with his brother, AWA Askren Wrestling Academy in Wisconsin. Very glad that he's getting on the men of things.
Yep. I mean, you say you don't think he'll wrestle again. He's bound to push it.
But yeah,
He's bound. He's
why
going
not?
to.
He
Right.
trying to blow his lungs, literally. But we're glad that he's doing better. But another health scare for another fighter. So you get the news for Ben Askren. being healthy. I think it's July 8th. Randy Couture was involved in a car crash for during the hot rod. He was doing some test runs for his competition, and he crashed and he had burns. What was it the extent of the injuries for that?
Says first and second degree burns and smoke inhalation. Said they flew him to the nearest burn center, so that
Yeah.
must have been pretty urgent at that point if they're flying him out.
But yeah, especially those have like high octane those cars.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that fuel burns
Yeah,
hotter than normal.
yeah, like jet fuel. Because whenever you're there, you can smell it's like really, really strong.
Yeah.
You can imagine being there in fire. So he like they just released him as today's July 16th. He was released from the hospital. I think it was yesterday.
I wonder I wonder if he just lost control or if there was a car malfunction or
Well, the thing about those cars don't have good handling. You have to drive straight for a reason. So if you lose control of that wheel, you have a wheel on the you have I mean you have a wall on the right side and the left side. So you gonna hit something. If you hit something,
yeah.
game over.
Yeah.
And you have like you're going so fast and you have a big engine behind you and you have fuel right behind you. So whatever you hit,
Mhm.
that thing is going. It's not good.
Yeah, that's yeah, very true.
How fast can you get to you too?
What's that?
Well, how fast can the paramedics get to you before you start already on fire with this high octane?
Well, I wonder I don't know, I wonder if they would have some on hand for that. Even though it's training, I wonder if they wouldn't have some on hand.
Yeah, they had to, but you still have to burn. That's why he was able to. He was burned that much in that short time. Because even though you wear your sort of stuff like that, once you get like like the heat itself, it burns. And
Right.
so the thing about burning is not so much with with the fire itself. Afterwards, your skin is still cooking after the fire's being out.
Mm,
It's still damaged.
yeah. That's yeah. Ooh, that can't be oh, that's gotta be brutal. I don't know.
And your skin doesn't repair as good whenever you burn. For example, like your pores, you're not able to sweat anymore. Those on the skin. I see like people that have like having like most of the body burned, they cannot be in like humid um weather. They have to be up north or like in the cold because their body doesn't cool off as it's supposed to.
I
Easy easy for you to
hadn't
get a
heard that.
stroke.
Yeah. That's a side effect I'd never heard of or thought of.
Yeah, and think about it to like see like some like fire victims that have like, oh my god, like your skin, your pores are burned off. I mean, technically, here's the burn on your skin whenever you're cooking. It's like a warning, like, "Hey, man, back off because you're going to get some serious damage."
Yeah.
It remind me of my college roommate. One time we were like having like a cookout. We were having a cookout at one of our buddies' apartments, and he got a little too trigger happy with the lighter fluid. He just kept splashing that shit.
No.
His goatee and his freaking hair, right? Just on fire. I think she was smoking. And like, bro, I think you got it, man. You just get splashing lighter fluid. Shit was burning. He was happy too. But yeah, like the the body's made up certain way. Like whenever like you smell, because the smell is not pleasant either. Of course, you see a lot of people burn themselves just for the smell of it. Oh, like the smell is it's like a warning for your skin. Hey man, you're too close to the fire.
Yeah.
But hopefully he'll recover. I mean, he must be stable if he's was sent home.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be a good sign.
Yeah. Speaking of legend, there's gonna be a legendary fight in main event this weekend for UFC 318
Yes, sir.
for the BMF title. We can go into all the ones. First, we go over the BMF title. how it was made because it's just like a made up title at first because of I think it was Nate was calling out Masvidal. He's like trying to fight each other because he's a West Coast gangster.
Right.
Let's see who's the
Right.
best motherfucker. Let's see who. So they made up the because usually it's more of a fighters favorite title because a lot of fighters that have respects for those fighters. For example, Masvidal versus Nate Diaz was one. After Masvidal retired, then the belt was up for grab, and that was when they had decided to do the Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier BMF title at 155. I mean, Dustin Poirier has been in the organization since 2011. Justin Gaethje won like I think like 90% of his fights is in the Performance of the Night or Fight of the Night, known as the highlight reel. That made sense. In that case, in that match, Justin Gaethje was able to knock out Poirier, in which like you haven't seen that since Michael Johnson back in like 2015. The only time that Dustin Poirier got knocked out like that. And then you have UFC 300 last year, in which I think that's the I'm not sure if it's the biggest bonus for a fight that fighter had, but that's for UFC 300. I remember during the press conference, Holloway was putting like, okay, it's UFC 300 instead of 50,000. Want to make it 300,000, and they was like, okay, let's do it. So fine. So he had $300,000 for performance of the night and 300,000 for fight of the night. So $600,000
Yeah.
just bonus. Doesn't
Yeah.
include whatever he's gonna
And
get
it
paid.
was well earned. Yeah.
Oh
Well earned.
man,
That was one of the best fights ever, I think.
last second too.
Yes. Just insane.
Yeah, he's pointing in the middle. Like
Yep.
he explained it later on what he said, like point in the middle, because I mean he was winning the fight already, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna give him the chance to like let's go fight it out. If it's gonna be for the BMF title, I'm gonna give him a chance just to log it out here in the middle. And he threw the right overhook and boom, you
Yep.
slap him. And I think interesting was that also Max Holloway is coming from 145 to 155. And he's known for a volume puncher. He doesn't have like a one hit knockout. And to somebody like Gaethje that walked through Tony Ferguson,
Hmm.
the other guys, which is nuts. And he was able. So now we are here in that. So this is for the BMF title in the main event. But other matches that are in there too. Like I say, Michael Johnson doing the thing. Um, he's fighting Daniel Sahuber. He's an up and comer prospect. I remember first time I seen him was UFC Noche. Well, I think he was the only Mexican that won that night.
Really?
Alexa Grasso lost. Brian Ortega lost. Uh, oh no, the other guy. He's like he's crazy. I can't remember what's his name is. He's a really little short guy. Donaldo, something like that. That's his name. He won two. That's the only two that won that night. But I think he lost that match because he got caught in the guillotine and he got dropped in the first round. And somehow he's able to fight back and win that rest of the match. I don't know how that should have been a 10-8. If you're 10-8, how do you come back and win?
Yeah, I don't know.
It should be like a draw or something like that. Unless you like really dominated, yeah, 10-8 round. Marvin Victoria versus Brendan Allen. That's in the prelims. Marvin Victoria, he was a contender for the title against Adesanya. He has a new gym now. He used to be on the Rafael Cordero Kings, I think it was Kings MMA, like up in West Coast. But now he's in American top team. The Italian. He was I remember saw him during the countdown. He was sparring with what's the name? Dusty Poirier for the fight. I didn't know that he had moved there. Well, speaking of tragedy, let's go back to the tragedy part. His his brother died early in April in a house fire. He was sleeping and the fire went off, and his brother died in a it was an apartment fire or something like that. So this is his first fight since his brother. He says he's going to um dedicate this fight to his brother. I don't know if Italy don't have smoke detectors or what, but he was like I think it's around April 15 when that happened.
I mean, if it's an apartment fire, maybe the alarms didn't go off until it was already too late.
She don't keep up with his maintenance. They don't keep up with that kind of stuff too. What's the name? Cejudo was talking about that. He was in the hotel, one of those California fires that he had to jump out of one of the windows. He burned the bottom of his feet. One of his fight got to cancel because of that.
Dang, really?
He lost his medal, like the Olympic medals, because it got burned during the fire. But also he in that one fire, he said he was out partying some of that, and he has received the warning about the fires close by, but he like thought like, oh, it's just like it's normal in California.
Right. Right.
But apparently the wind had changed and started going to where he was, and he said he woke up and he was like really hazy, and he jumped out of the window, and the asphalt was really really hot because of the fire. Burned the bottom of his feet. He was just running. I think he's only wearing his underwear when that happened. And he was like, he was able to see like a cop in the street over, but he had like a fence between him and the cop. He's like waving him. That's how he's able to like get help. They're able to get him out of there.
Wow. Never knew that story.
That's one of his fight. I can't remember which fight get canceled because of that. I can't remember if it was the Demetrius Johnson fight because his bottom of his feet were burned.
That's a small hurdle to get over when you're training for a fight. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was the fight started on the feet. He's a
Yeah.
wrestler.
You better pull guard.
Yeah. But but it makes sense now. He remember whenever I showed you the video, whenever he stopped somebody that runs his neighbor, and
Yeah.
he stopped him now.
He's wearing those silk pajamas.
Yeah, now, they see why he wears silk pajamas now. It gets a fire. He goes there, be able to see him in the middle of nowhere, just all
Yeah,
like a fucking leprechaun,
it is.
like a leprechaun out there, just all gold. He's hair perfect all the time. He's that's a man. That's the reason that he wears it because of
Yeah.
the fire.
Silk won't melt in the fire either.
Oh
Right.
yeah, there's a male in your skin or anything like that. When there's a fire, it reflects the fire. If anything,
Right.
another fight. Going back to 318, another fight that's gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be a banger. Well, not this. Well, another one too. But Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull, 145. That's gonna be a good one.
How do you think it's gonna go?
Hopefully, Patricio Pitbull shows who he really is, what he's known for. But Dan Ige can etch out a victory as far as the decision against Patricio Pitbull because Dan Ige has been in the organization because I thought Jay Rodriguez was gonna be a banger because Patricio Pitbull, but it didn't seem that way. Jay Rodriguez was able to just pick him apart, timing. Patricio Pitbull was just like stuck in the mud. His foot wasn't like there. I'm not sure if the lines got too big for him for his debut in the UFC. But hopefully it's gonna be a banger between those two. I mean, he has what 40, 44 fights, Patricio Pitbull.
Yeah. No, he's definitely a veteran. Really, both of them are. They're Dan Ige with the 25
Hmm.
or not
28.
25, 28.
Yeah, yeah, 28. That's another Hawaiian too.
Ah, okay.
He's from Hawaii. I remember him come out with a Hawaiian flag, but he trains out of the same gym. I think he's String Couture, if I'm not mistaken. Sean Strickland trained out of. That's what he trains out of. Daniel. Another banger that I think is gonna be a banger. It's a welterweight. Daniel Rodriguez versus Kevin Holland.
Yep. Yep. I was looking at that one. I mean, Holland likes to put out some bangers, so
Yeah. What does Bilal Muhammad calls him? The most active loser.
yes.
That's really. Oh, if the Kevin Holland that's like known for his striking shows up to this one, he'll be able to walk through Daniel Rodriguez. Even though he won last match was of a like a Japanese necktie, if I'm not mistaken. That he won last match. So that's he has some. I mean, he's a black belt too, Kevin Holland, which you don't when you see him fight, you don't think so. It's a black belt on Travis Lutter.
Hmm. Yeah, he doesn't use it very often, right?
No.
I mean, that's yeah.
Unless he use it for defending, because he beat Jacare. He knocked out Jacare.
Hmm.
It's a legit black belt. Also, it's MMA.
Sure. Changes the game.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of things changes when you have somebody punching you in your face. You can just stall in the position.
Yeah, no, no, that's not an option.
No, another middleweight was a middleweight, but that's the heaviest in this card for the main event. There's a lightweight, featherweight, welterweight, and middleweight, and then the main event is lightweight. But the biggest one is middleweight. Considering it's gonna be a sea level, below sea level actually, in New Orleans. But it's gonna be the Russian Roman Kopylov versus Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa finally fighting him. I think this match has been moved twice, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Finally, Paulo Costa is fighting him. Who do you think is gonna win that one?
It's hard to say. I mean, I couldn't tell you to be honest. I'm not familiar enough with either one of them. I know both of them by like looking at them, but I don't know enough about their fighting styles or.
The Paulo Costa of all, he's like never like don't stop. He like likes going forward. He's really aggressive. He pick his shots. He's able like to bully through people before Adesanya. But after that, he lost to Marvin Vittori, lost against Sean Strickland and Robert Whitaker, which is two former champions or champions. And since then, so we'll see which Paulo Costa comes back. I don't know if the hair plugs are getting his way, the new hair plugs that he got, but he hasn't been the same since then. Yes, what do you call secret juice? Remember that he was carrying around. I don't know if his secret juice is not working or what. I had to spice it up a little bit. But Roman Kapilov, I have not seen his fighting style, or that he's a Russian.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the records are pretty much even. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen either one of them around enough to really know what to expect there.
Paulo Costa has fought like more upper echelon guys.
Yeah.
But his record, he might be like up and down. But he's fought all the guys. I mean, that one was a banger. Also, like against Luke Rockhold back in 2022 against each other. But we'll see which. It depends on which Paulo Costa shows up to this fight because he's he gets it together. If he's get like game plan, and he's 34 years old too. Paulo Costa.
Yeah. Should be about prime.
Yeah. So he's alumni for the Ultimate Fighter.
Okay.
Paulo
Cool.
Costa. Now for the main event, um, Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. Max Holloway's first match in the UFC was against Dustin Poirier back in 2013 at 145.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I
So
mean,
I think he was 19 at the time. Young Max Holloway. He got caught in it was an armbar that he switched to a triangle. He got a mounted triangle and then he finished off a mounted triangle armbar on Max Holloway.
yeah.
That's what Dustin Poirier won that match. Then he crossed path until the interim title was up for grab in 2019, which was the last fight at 155, in which Dustin Poirier was able to win that match. There was I was just watched that match yesterday. There were chances in which I mean they went blow for blow. Dustin Poirier was able to hit him, but Dustin Poirier was hitting harder. He was able to like get his combination going more on Max Holloway. Max Holloway has a wider stance. Max Holloway was able to hit him out some with some of the combinations that he was going off. Max Holloway does change his stance a lot during his fight, which make it hard to like, which way you going. And another thing, Max Holloway, he said during that fight, 155, he was a little chubbier than he is nowadays. He bulked up for this 155 compared to when he used to be bouncing
Okay.
up and down 145, 155. You want to put him too much muscle because he had to cut down.
Right.
And also during the embedded, they did a face off. Dustin Poirier was saying that he looked like a big guy. I mean, he's a Hawaiian, but he put on muscle. He said he has big wrists, big hands. You can tell he's been getting after. And Max Holloway has been in New Orleans for a week now. He was acclimating
Okay.
to
Yep.
there. But as far as, I mean, Dustin Poirier has won it twice. Max Holloway um, he's coming off a knockout against Ilia Topuria. To take into consideration, that's one of the things they're asking if that was going to be a factor during the fight. But Dustin Poirier said, well, it's hard to tell because different things are into take consideration, gene, lifestyles. I mean, Ilia Topuria does this to mostly everybody. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. He got knocked out by Alex Pereira. Will that affect the next fight? Not necessarily.
Right.
Anybody
Yeah.
gets knocked out by Pereira.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah. But also that fight was in October against Topuria. So he had some time to recover. And also, that was a 145 when he was cutting down weight.
Mhm.
This fight is a 155. So he'd be more hydrated for this fight than he was at 145. And what she said, he know how he made 145. He didn't know how Max always stayed in 5 for that long. But he's a tall guy too.
It's, yeah, that is true. I mean, saying Holloway's tall?
Yeah.
He's
For 145.
5'9".
Yeah, but for 145,
Yeah. Yeah. True.
it's long ranging arms. I was laughing whenever I seen that picture that Max Holloway posted about his tattoo and Tony Ferguson's tattoo.
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson is the type of guy that get the same tattoos as me, and they tell me that I'm blessed now. You know, the same wings. Though they look familiar when I first started watching both of them. I was like, man, that looks very familiar because they kind of have same body style, like one weight class difference.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I would be willing to put money on Holloway for this one. I really think.
Yes,
I
he
feel
looks
like he can
dangerous
pull
at
it through.
155.
Yeah.
He looks
I
bulky
I
because
feel like he's just done. I don't know, done well recently. I feel like.
and also another thing was in the fight when they fought the second time. I was watching it in the second round. Max Holloway had thrown 200 punches already. How insane that is! 200 punches in 2 rounds. That's a lot of
Yeah.
for 5 rounds.
200 punches in 2 rounds. You say?
Yeah,
So that's my gosh. Yeah.
I mean it's 10 minutes. It's about 20 punches a minute.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Nonsense.
Yep.
That thing against Poirier. That's known like have a good boxing.
Right. So every 3 seconds you're throwing another punch.
Yeah. Unless he was throwing just combos, three and fours, three and fours, three and fours.
Mhm.
And I
Wow.
think it was 92 significant strikes. That's what they call it.
Yep.
Then within the 2 minutes.
Yeah. Those are some crazy numbers.
Yeah. And he got like he has some crazy stats because he has the most punches thrown in a fight, I think, against Kelvin Cater. You remember how many punches he threw? I mean, which this is gonna be a banger because if they both agree they're gonna be just boxing. In which Dustin Poirier he said that he wants to go out with the guillotine because that's the running joke. When he went get Vanos in the knees, he had like 25 guillotines. None of them he was able to finish it.
Wasn't there a fight that his coaches were telling him, do not go for a guillotine?
Yeah,
Do not. And then he fucking did.
yeah, bro, he almost finished Khabib with the guillotine.
Yeah.
He went for the guillotine, and then Khabib was able to escape, and then Khabib took his back.
It was the one Khabib was like, I'm not letting anybody choke me out in front of my dad. Yeah.
That's the one because he almost like finished him with the guillotine.
Mhm.
He said that if he beats Max Holloway with a guillotine, he'll put a bronze statue in front of his house of him doing the guillotine. Just to celebrate the guillotine. But do you think Dustin Poirier is one of those highest fighter that has never won a title? Not so much an interim title, but a undisputed title.
Really?
Because look at the people that he has gone against. He beat Conor McGregor twice, former champion. He beat Justin Gaethje in the first one, which is he was a former champion for World Series of Fighting back then.
Uh-huh.
He beat Eddie Alvarez. He's a lightweight champion in the UFC. He was I think he was a Bellator champion as well. Eddie Alvarez. He beat what's another champion that he been? Anthony Pettis, lightweight champion, WC lightweight champion, UFC champion.
Mhm.
He beat him. He beat Dan Hooker, beat Max Holloway. I mean that right there. Last 10 yeah. Benoit Saint-Denis, Michael Chandler, Bellator champion, Conor McGregor lightweight champion and 145 champion, Dan Hooker, Max Holloway, Eddie Alvarez, Justin Gaethje, Anthony Pettis. I mean, just the top guys that he fought against. Since 2014, I think he's been in the top 5 in the UFC ranking. Yeah, most of his fights have been like 5 of the night, for example. Benoit Saint-Denis 5 of the night, Michael Chandler 5 of the night, Performance of the night knocking out McGregor, 5 of the night against Dan Hooker, Performance of the night against Eddie Alvarez. So that one was a redo because he fought Eddie Alvarez twice. Once a legal knee, was no contest because Eddie Alvarez landed a legal knee to Poirier's head because he was down opponent, and then they did it again. So the first one was in May 13, 2017, and then the other one was in the next year, July 2018. And that's after Poirier beat Anthony Pettis and beat Justin Gaethje. And they fight the night against Jim Miller as well. That's another guy that's been in the organization for a while. But he never won a undisputed title. He lost against Islam Makhachev. He lost against Khabib. He lost against Oliveira for title. I mean, it seems like the last few years, 2019, he's only lost title fights. Silver King.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like that's what happens in that division. That division is so full of killers.
That's why the BMF title belongs in there, in that division, because killers in that division.
Right.
If you're not a killer, you come up in a different division. You come up from 145 just to be a killer. Ilya Poirier, Max Holloway,
Mhm.
5. Even what's his name, Bulk coming up to 155 because the pound for pound Islam Makhachev was at 155. He wanted to fight him. Do you think that should stay there, the BMF title at 150?
I mean, do I think it should stay there? I mean, it would make sense. I feel like that's one of those divisions that's like constantly just underwatched. You know what I mean? There's just there's always somebody there who's just a monster.
Yeah, there was like it's a snake pit in
Yeah,
that division.
yeah.
I mean, he has like another thing that he has like as far as like out of the Octagon, he has own organization as well, charity. Do you remember the name of it?
Poiriers
Yeah, Chunky Fight, the Good Fight Foundation.
fight for undeserved under.
I mean, he's loved for the same reason because he's a good fighter, but also he also does good outside the ring as far as charity work.
Right.
Yeah, also he has hot sauce as well.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, he has that going for him as well. Which you can see the new endeavor because say he had to stay busy
Okay.
time.
Well, for a while there, it was like any celebrity or fighter was starting their own like liquor brand or something like that. Because of
Yeah.
McGregor.
Even Bruce Buffer had his own.
Yeah, yeah. What was Bruce?
Can't remember what it's called. But he had one. I mean, even The Rock had his own.
Right.
Puncher's Chance. That's what it's called.
Chance. Bourbon. Ooh, I'd try that. I like some bourbon.
I wonder if the bottle comes in different labels because he used different suits.
Yeah.
He doesn't because that's his trademark, just wearing different suits.
Never comes in the same bottle.
Are you sure you got one? No, the bottle doesn't look like mine. No, I'm pretty sure I got it. I got the receipt. Like, no, it doesn't look like mine, man. You know how you get the real one, how you got a knockoff. But yeah, a lot of people they're having the like as far as their liquor, their own drinks coming out.
What was that?
Everybody like I remember one time that everybody was having their own alcohol brand and stuff like that. Just gonna tell you, do you know the Foreman Grill? That was initially offered to Hulk Hogan. This is gonna be the Hulk Hogan Grill. But I turned it down because his wife told him that he better off going on, I think it was an energy drink or some sort of drink, and he turned it down. And they went to George Foreman to see if he wanted to do the name of the Foreman Grill. Have you heard of Hulk Hogan's drink?
Nope.
So, like he not the Foreman Grill is no like everybody uses it. Like
Yeah, it's super common.
yeah, and also like it's really handy. Instead of having a whole grill outside, you can just use the Foreman Grill to cook inside.
Hmm.
It's clean. It's like a waffle press, but for meat.
Right, right.
But now that you talk about like different athletes, like business endeavor, I just remember about that. About the former girl, it was initially offered to Hogan, but he turned it down. But as an implication for the BMF title between these two guys, remember somebody else using the legacy, using like conspiracy theory of that why was the BMF title offered to Poirier because he can fight. They can give him like a incentive to fight for the lightweight title against Poirier. The BMF title in the lightweight. Well, that would be interesting.
It would. It would. So if he did that, weren't they talking about like Taporia could become a quadruple champ or something like that?
Yeah, because he can go up to 170 as well. He walks around 187 out of camp.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of, have you seen Alex Pereira? He's walking around 242 right now out of camp.
My gosh. That's
Yeah. He can fight heavyweight now.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like that would not be the move for him. I
No,
could be wrong, but
because
I
he can
feel
get
like
right
that
goal
would.
if you get somebody get a hold of him.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But back to like this matchup. Now, if Max Holloway does beat Dustin Poirier, what do you think about the BMF title between Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira? I think this is one of the most submissions in lightweight, also in the UFC as far as the finishes.
That would be interesting. I feel like Oliveira would win that one though.
Yeah, with the grappling part, because he's a bigger guy too for 155.
Right. And his striking's good. His grappling's really good. Yeah, I feel like that would go in Oliveira's favor. But that would be a cool matchup.
Yeah, because me Topuria, like who's gonna go against Topuria? Topuria is like not a boogeyman 155. Same
Right.
way. I mean, if he flatlines Patty Pimblett, who's next?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bad matchup. They're feeding him Patty, I feel like. That's too soon.
I mean, he's gonna get a big paycheck out of it, Topuria,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
the business into getting paid a lot of money.
Right.
Easy fights.
Yep.
So Bisping was saying about when he was a champion, he'd rather have easy fights, get paid a lot. That's why I picked Dan Henderson, even though Dan Henderson wasn't ranked as a contender during that time. They're like, yeah, I'll pick that one. He's a champion.
You
But
said he would rather pick easy fights than get paid?
no, he'd rather get paid a lot of money for easy fights because Dan Henderson, that was going to be his last fight. I mean, same thing. Patty Pimblett is really known guy as far as a star of the organization. And it'd be easy matchup for Topuria,
Yeah,
especially the striking part. I don't know. I don't see Topuria going up to 170 because he looks shorter guy for
agree.
70. You see how smaller he look compared to Oliveira, even during the weigh-in. I mean, if that's a 155, it goes to 170. It's somebody like freaking Usman, nightmare when it comes to grappling. But I don't see. I think he's probably just better off being 155 because, and then you just challenge for that BMF title. That went to 170. That's the safer bet.
For sure. Yeah, no doubt there.
Especially if Max Holloway win this one. Call up Max Holloway again for the BMF title. You see right
Right?
knock him out.
Yeah, could get that matchup though. I mean, already being champ and he's already beat the guy. I don't know.
If a Max Holloway knocks out Dustin Poirier, I can see that happening because remember he Holloway got that Poirier fight in the beginning at 145 because he knocked out Justin Gaethje. So man, how do you think they'll match up Justin Gaethje versus Topuria?
Gaethje versus Poirier. You asked if do I think they would or
No, how no, there's like hypothetically speaking. How do you think they'll match up those two in the match?
I think I think Gaethje would lose that one pretty badly.
He's fast. Topuria has fast hands.
Right. Yeah. Gaethje's technical. He can take a hit, but I mean, I don't think he could take that kind of hit.
Topuria looks like he has the death touch right now.
Right.
We just sleep.
Yeah. So
He had a 145. He has a 155.
yeah, no, he's too powerful, too fast. I think I don't know. Gaethje's just not ready for that, which is unfortunate. I really like watching him fight.
Yeah. I mean, one guy that regret going against him was Tony Ferguson. He said he regrets going toe to toe against Gaethje. He should have far smarter. Because he wasn't the same after that.
Yeah. Yeah, not at all. I mean, yeah, that was
That fight looked like he took years off Tony Ferguson.
right. Yeah, it was really strange to see that too. Like, because Tony Ferguson was like the monster that could not be beat, and to see Gaethje take him out was crazy. But then to see just like Ferguson never came back. He was just never even, not even close to the shadow of what he was. I felt like,
Yeah, the
but
boogeyman was gone. And for some reason, I think it was Gaethje was willing to take a hit from Ferguson because Ferguson would throw the right hand straight and he would counter with the left hook straight. And he was like, he will get hit so hard that Ferguson will hesitate on that, throwing that. Because every time he throw it, just blood would be gushing everywhere. Because at one point, it looked like that referee, they should have stopped the fight and standing because Ferguson wasn't able to do anything. He was just getting pummeled by Gaethje in that fight. It was rough because I think at that time he was like 9 or 10-5 winning streak for Tony Ferguson.
yeah, it was something insane. I remember going into that fight wanting Gaethje to win, but not thinking it was possible. I truly did not.
You know what those things like those matches between him and Khabib that was like that never happened. They're like yeah, like 2, 3 times that happened, didn't happen. And guys like you guys don't get it. Let me send Gaethje in there so he can just destroy the boogeyman. To let you know this fight is never happening. You guys don't get it. They just go and destroy, and then he's not gonna win a single fight after this. Doesn't matter, 155 or 170, he's never gonna win a fight against anybody. It seems that way.
Yeah.
Guy pulling across, like, okay, no Khabib versus Ferguson. Khabib retired, and still Ferguson still. Another thing about Dustin Poirier, I saw one of the interviews. I think it was the UFC. That was an interview. They asking like, "Hey, what do you do after after you said stop knocking on my door? I'm just jumping on steroids. My wife think I'm kidding. Is gonna get freaking juice? This is the last time you see me at 155. Get juice to the gills. Then I'll be like Donald Cerrone.
Right? Yeah.
Yoke.
Hey, why not?
Yeah, you retire, man. You don't hurt anybody. But
Yeah.
yeah, I will do it if I had the resources too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he still be able to train stuff like that, but he's not like competing.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to be a coach without kind of stress, because his coach is actually was a champion at 135 in WEC.
Really?
And Mike Brown, he beat Uriah Faber, I think, twice when he was WEC.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that's accolade
Yeah,
for a coach.
that's the perfect coach for Kayla Harrison because same weight class. But she fights at 135.
Hmm.
That's what she trains out of too, American Top Team. But do you think Holloway's gonna win this one?
Feel like yes. I mean, I know lost to him twice before, but Holloway, I mean, he looks good. I feel like, yeah, I'd put money on Holloway.
Holloway's time. And it doesn't seem like they're only 2 years different, I think.
Pretty sure, yes.
Because Poirier is 35 and Max Holloway is 32, 33. And the reason Tom Poirier say he's retiring because he said he doesn't want the sport to pass him by. Doesn't want to just stay in the sport, just to stay in
Yeah,
it.
that's respectable. It really, I don't, yeah. I mean, I know it. I keep saying it, but it's just sad to see some of the guys that like were legends just get, get the tar beat out of them.
It's sad.
It's not fun.
Other time, man, it's undefeated. It's not good that they stay longer than they're supposed to.
Right.
And it's good to see him go out on their own terms.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Going out after getting beat, 6 times in a row is, yeah, it's
Yeah.
not it.
And another guy that was recently talking about retiring was Robert Whitaker. He said he only has 4 fights left. I say he's done. Retire after that. It's fair enough.
Has he fought recently? I don't remember seeing him fight for a long time, but
He was
I might have just
a
missed him.
he won the Ultimate Fighter. That's when he started. I think Australia. He fought last year.
Okay, twice last year.
Yeah, he lost against Hamza Shemaev. Remember that incident? Broke his freaking jaw.
Yeah. And then, yeah, okay.
Oh shit! He has what's his name next? The Dutch. Rainier de Miro. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting fight. That's gonna be interesting.
Hmm.
Well, his job. Well, I think he had. He said he had an issue before about like this bottom jaw. Yeah, before that caused the issue of him breaking before because he had like his 2 teeth that like loose before then.
Okay.
That's what the injury caused. I'm not sure if it's a broken jaw or it's just the teeth that was like a little like
Yeah.
that. Because it's different whenever you use a teeth injury because you can just drill those teeth in. But if a jaw, you wire your jaw, which is like more longer, which makes sense to turn around. When was that fight? Was it October? Is when he fought Hansa Shamaev? Yes, October last year.
Yeah, that would take a minute.
Yeah. Because the same thing happened to Rafael dos Anjos. He had to get his jaw wired whenever he went against Clay Guida. His head was stuck between the octagon cage and the canvas when he got caught in that. And Clay Guida broke his jaw and had an arm. Yeah, how gnarly is that?
Yeah.
So he had to get his jaw. I think he had a plate. That's how bad it was. He wasn't a wire. He had to get a plate on his jaw. And he has a fucking brick head too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he's another fighter that he's pretty cognitive nowadays. Every time I read that time that somebody else like Israel Sanya was talking about he's fighting Sean Strickland. Like, who was here last time I won the title here in Australia? And another thing was the other that I remember that was Volkanovski. He's talking to some guys in the interview, like doing like a streaming. It's like, hey guys, like they were talking about, oh yeah, I like Abu Dhabi. Like the first time I've been here. It's like it's my first time too. Then you fight. It's like
It was my first.
it's my first time. He's hilarious, man.
He is. He's really. Oh yeah. He's come up with some very good stuff.
Yeah, the character, the old Bulk,
Yeah.
only one where he's getting off like with the interview, like holding his when he was going against Poirier. That was a funny one. He saw this kid that he does funny, like his neighbor, like the dressed as a matador, just to like scare him. The one that pays ya. He goes, so it is Poirier. I think Max Holloway. Another thing, Max Holloway. I think his wife was pranking him because he was like walking around Home Depot and she came around the corner playing El Matador's song that he walks out to. He's like flinch. He's still not over it. When he hears that song, still flinches. Hey Max, go take out the trash. I do it later. You have Vietnam flashbacks. This one does. But now switching gears into BJJ news. Craig Jones leaving B team. What do you think about that?
I mean, crazy to think. I mean, I don't know. It's just he's been B team. You know, just the absolute figurehead for it for so long.
Yeah,
And he is the yeah. I don't know.
he's the marketing genius of the
Mhm.
team.
I'm really curious, like the why, but I mean, I know he's been branching out quite a lot lately. You know,
Yeah.
coaching for MMA. I know he's taken multiple trips to Ukraine
Hmm.
to visit them, and that seemed a bit more. I mean, obviously he's joking some, but it seemed a bit more serious as well.
Yeah.
Like kind of outreach to them.
There's other like like charity like that he does for like some other countries as well.
So it does kind of seem like he's trying to branch out in those directions, which is definitely respectable.
Also, he likes to party as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Knows beer. He does it. Do you think he has to do because he's doing lately some of those like athletes that he picks on like that? Do you think also it'll be kind of like conflict of interest? That's why he like dissociate himself from the B team itself, so it will help his CJI aspect of as a promoter, perhaps.
That is, yeah, definitely a possibility. I mean, I'm sure CJI takes a lot of focus as well. So, I mean, yeah, maybe that's just the direction he's trying to go. But
Yeah, because it's hard to be a gym owner and be a promoter at the same time. Because you obviously will have certain bias towards your team
for sure,
if you own a team. So like there'll be conflict of interest as far as that, and then favoritism towards your team, and both the athletes are not willing to participate because of your affiliation with a team. It's kind of like trying to have a tournament run base without making it like a home cooked tournament. If you're the referee, you're an athlete, will you want the best guy to win, or will you rather the people that you coach wins to make your gym look better? That's the economy right there. He said that Nicky Ryan, Ethan, that'll be the future of owning B team. And also, probably another factor might be that he's not physically there for people that want to train there. Because you see, that's other gyms. Like people come and train there because of the athletes that's there. But if he's never there, and athletes there paying a membership to learn for him, you show up once a year, it might be another reason why he's stepping away from there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's gotta be a lot to do with just freeing up his time to do other focuses, but because he really hasn't been competing much at all lately.
I can't remember. Was he who's number one? Oh no, which one is the one that the pet? They did one with the like in a pet.
Recently
It's
that
last
he was
year.
in.
Yeah, it was a flying. He did a flying triangle on somebody. That's it for CJ.
Yeah,
That's the last time I remember him competing.
right. What's that? Was that Karate Combat?
I
I
won't
mean,
say yes. I think so.
yeah,
That's how he got the idea for the CGI pin.
right.
I think it was Karate Combat because he did a flying triangle of the
Right. I remember that. That was crazy.
Mhm. It was fitting fast too. There's one thing throwing a triangle and then lock it, and another thing is locking in and finishing the triangle.
Yeah. But he's built for that.
Yeah. Like a freaking tarantula. But I mean the faces will be Nikki Ryan of the gym. I mean, they spend most of the time there meeting
Curious how that'll go. I hope Nicky Rod continues to, climb the ladder.
because Nikki Ryan freaking always injured, isn't it?
Like it. Yeah.
He's recently had like a knee. Was he supposed to do ADCC before he blew his knee last year?
Was that last year? I mean, I know he did that, but I thought it was late, like earlier than that.
I can't remember what it was because he had to do like I remember it was a major tournament they're trying to do before he got to blow his knee. But then last year he was doing also who's number one as well because Craig Jones was talking shit about who's number one in mainly flow grappling because they don't pay their athletes to go there. They just for exposure, kind of like ADCC style.
Yeah.
You get another riding. Boom. I remember him competing as much. He Ryan.
No. Yeah. I don't know if it's just not his thing to compete as much or if he's always injured. I know he has been injured several times, but
Mhm. He's injury prone.
right.
Should do some steroids like his brother. Be a man.
Yeah.
Never read the injuries.
Never get injured. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see him competing that much. Somebody was joking around that J Rod is on the team now. J Rod is gonna be the owner of the team.
Yeah.
Nah.
Gets accepted back. Yeah.
How do you think the B team is gonna be now without Crane Jones on it?
Hope they do okay, but it's hard to believe. I mean, there's no way that their marketing will be as good. I mean, they're guaranteed to lose a massive following. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or at least, I don't think people are going to stop following them. They just won't be as passionate about following them.
Yeah, they will take a lot of views because people like Ray Jones banters with the
Exactly.
team.
Exactly.
But
His trolling is just legendary.
will he still be doing El Segundo podcast? I haven't been following if he's still doing the El Segundo
I
podcast.
don't know. I don't know.
Because he's been traveling a lot. But he still be able to be involved to a certain extent, but not so much as far as owning the team. What take consideration the reason why the Danaher Death Squad broke up was because of the brothers fighting. Nicky Ryan and Gordon Ryan, which Nicky Ryan will be part owner of the B team now, which does make sense going that way because now Gordon Ryan owns his own team now in Austin, and now you have the B team as well in the same city, both of the brothers.
That's valid. Yeah, that's a rivalry right there.
Yeah, it was going to get most athletes in there because also you have to remember that I thought that was weird that when they first started they were not taking any white belts, the only blue belts and up because most of your athletes that are in your gym are actually white belts and blue belts.
Hmm.
The majority, because you see like a lot of purple belts, brown belts. You don't see that many in gyms, especially black belts. There's only like a handful in the gym. The majority is just white belts. They usually keep the lights on basically in your gym.
Right. I mean, I would imagine it's somewhat different over there, though, with jiu-jitsu being a lot more popular over in the California, Texas area.
Mhm.
I bet they were pretty swamped even with, blue belts.
But talking back then, it was like when the first
Yeah,
2021, it
that's
was
true.
different because now
Hmm.
everybody's moving down there to Austin.
Yeah.
But I thought it was weird whenever they first started though, because but now, yeah, you have a lot of higher level guys. Oh, speaking of Craig Jones and Craig Jones Invitational, you see Levi Larry Jones out of CGI too. He got injured.
No,
So I think it was yesterday. He got injured. Using the Team Australia Asia thing.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
I wonder what the injury is.
I'm not sure. He will be replaced by Kenta Iwamoto. That's Australia team. Because his scar is ridiculous. Somebody's just joking around. Derek Moneyberg is going to take out his spot.
Derek.
The new black belt.
Gosh, yeah, that would be something.
What do you think about that? The promotion.
I mean, it's hard telling not knowing. Like, do we know for a fact that like he basically only watched instructionals?
That's why it's because he's don't know. Usually, you see a lot of black belts that are high level that get promoted by high level guys. They usually they compete like they have like place in IBJJF, Pan Am's, or ADCC, or any other like major or at least EBI that win some major tournaments to a certain extent, especially
That's true. I feel like to really be legit to get promoted that fast, you would have to compete and prove that you're, there. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously in it not for the skill, but for the accolades.
yeah. So what's the difference? Do you think there should be a separation between skill, influence, and promotion of in the sport itself? Because you can have people that are really promoting the sport really good, but doesn't mean that they have the skill for the sport itself.
Point, but I feel like that's part of the promotion of jujitsu is that it's so hard to like get a black belt. You know what I mean? It's not like karate.
Hmm.
Sorry for all you karate listeners. I'm not trying to talk too much trash, but I mean it's pretty normal to get a black belt very quickly in karate.
Can
Versus right, yes. Whereas jujitsu is not that way.
no. To get you blue belt, you have to be at least 16.
First, the first step in the adult belt ranking, you have to be 16.
Yeah,
Which, granted, the green belt as a junior is pretty much the same thing as a blue belt.
but you can wear one till you're at least 16.
And barring a few exceptions, it takes almost everybody many years to get promoted to black belt. I mean, you got like BJ Penn, the prodigy, sure. But he was there proving himself every step of the way, so you can't really deny that. But
Was Kid
yeah,
Dale another one that he got his black belt?
that does sound really familiar.
That's the only other one I can think of that got his black belt. 4 years received a black belt. That's gnarly too. But he beat some. He had to like beat some people in order for him to get his black belt. He got his black belt in 4 years. Main achievement: first place ACC Japan trials, IBJJF Sydney Open. No, also he won Nogi Open. UAE Jiu-Jitsu Federation, Pan Pacific, in Asia. He won it. I mean, he and also like other like different color belts. Who won in Abu Dhabi 2010, 2011, 12, 13 as a brown belt. I mean, he has like, a lot of competition that he had during that time. His growth, also you have to take into consideration wins that he had, submissions and things like that along the way. And those are like legit tournaments too.
Right. Yep. There's always a lot of competition at those.
Yeah. So you have high competition, tough tournaments, shows your dominance over those people in those tournaments as well. Well, he has black belt in marketing. That's different than jujitsu.
Yes.
If you want to get a black belt in promotion, I mean, in influence, when do you get a black belt in marketing? You can have it there. It's not in the sport itself.
I mean, yeah, I feel like people like Tom Hardy are promoting jujitsu far more than, you know, this guy. Oh, he's a black belt in BJJ. Like, nobody's gonna care about that. But Tom Hardy doing it and like showing that he's working really hard on his way up through,
Yeah.
that's some serious promotion.
It actually shows that he's willing to learn because even like coaches like Tom DeBlas talks about how he's open to coaching and how he's for questions. And that's also a ATC, was he ATC champion, Tom DeBlas as well?
Think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, coming from somebody like him, yeah, he's like, no, Tom Hardy is legit because when he comes here to the gym, he's willing to learn, and he shows his proficiency in the sport as well. And I think he's a purple belt still, just now. So it shows, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of the primary examples of a
Like a poster boy.
celebrity.
Yeah,
Celebrity. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
because like a ambassador of the sport in a bigger picture.
I mean, there's other people who I think are probably legit, other celebrities. You just don't hear about it as much. I think a lot of it's because they don't compete.
Mhm. Also, one thing is if they're competing, they're more known for them being famous rather than competing and actually performing well in those events. Because like there was one Mark Zuckerberg, remember he talked about competing as well. He was wearing a freaking mask and stuff like that, so people will recognize it. I'm not sure how good his grappling is because I remember he was being coached by Musumeshi at one point. Musumeshi is encyclopedia.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder how he'd be to learn from. Like, I know he does instructionals and stuff like that, but I mean, yeah, yeah, true. The instructionals are pretty good. I guess it'd be pretty good to learn.
Yeah, because also it depends. Coaching is kind of different because different people are coaching is different than others. Because you have systematic Danaher, you asking something, he will like break it down for you, and then you have the people that just like rant full ADHD. They go into different things like that. Like you asking a question, like, oh man, they answer my question, or actually create more questions to that question I had.
Yes.
Especially in a sport like jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It depends on what like I'm not sure what kind of coach he is, but seemed like he was a good coach for in the UFC BJJ.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was one of the coaches for the event. Considering his team mainly, I think the other guy, Gabriel, he had a bunch of 1 and 2 seed because they were based off like seeding. Till a lot of number 1 and 2 seeds in the event. So like Buzmeshi had a couple of them that were like really was able to do well as far as the coaching. Also somebody that's obsessed with the sport, learning and being good. I'm not sure how it translates as a coach because you get so obsessed, you get mad at people that are doing things you want to, you know how it's done, but I know how it will translate because the obsession.
Yeah. You just think nobody's devoted
Yeah.
at all.
Like, why
Yeah.
you so stupid? You don't get this. I can't remember this called. This called certain fallacies. It's like a wisdom fallacy in which you know things that are done a certain way, but people don't know it, don't see it that way. And you just get mad at them for not seeing it that way. And like, well, you have that time. You have like, so many failed so many times for you to get where you are. So people have to like still have to fail the same way. But you don't want them to fail because you want to teach them to do things the right way. Mm. Part of making mistakes is part of learning too. Even though as painful as it can be. But there's the beauty of jiu-jitsu too.
Right. Yeah. You can make the mistakes without permanent harm. That's always nice.
Yes. And without hurting somebody else. Well, that's all I have for today. First, like I don't want to see your take on the Moneyberg guy. His name itself says it all. Money. It's funny. It's cool how Dustin Poirier he picked this fight against Max Holloway because he said that Max Holloway's first fight was Dustin Poirier, so he wanted Max Holloway to be his last fight in his
It's poetic.
career. Yes. Tip for tab. One question: would you rather have Max Holloway chin because it's hard to knock out rather than Topuria, or would you rather have Dustin Poirier's heart as far as they're fighting? Because he's never giving up.
Chin. I feel like heart can be trained more than you can increase your endurance and ability to like take stuff, but I don't know about training your chin.
Yeah, being like hard to rock because being able to take some hits. I mean, even against Volkanovski, he didn't get dropped like that.
Yeah. No, it's I don't know. I mean, yeah, I know that like some people do have just a grit that is not. I don't think it's something you can train. which, yeah,
Rather have Poirier's heart, I think, because he's able to because he's like having that passion. Because you can have like strong chin, but like having that passion for the sport and being able to like be and then just not inside but also outside of the he has a big heart outside the organization itself, being able to help others.
true.
Coincidentally, he also has a tattoo in the back of his ear. It's a King of Hearts. He has a K and the heart behind his right ear, I think. But I think I'd rather have because that's like a passion for it because after how many ups and downs he had, I think after he got knocked out by Gaethje, he said he was questioning his career. He was like fell into depression, and that's the reason why he has to stay busy. That's what he said because otherwise he just feels like without purpose. Or having to have the heart to bounce back and get like five from Sandinese and five for the title again against Islam. That takes certain kind of heart.
It's true. That's true. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it like that. That's very valid.
Because
Yeah,
even like,
the heart to come back after losses and big setbacks. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
because he already lost two titles against Khabib, lost against Oliveira, and then he went for a title was a BMF title, which a lot of people sees it as a made up title. He lost, get finished against Justin Gaethje, a guy that he beat before he finished before. So in that point in his career, if you look at when he started 2011 in 2019, that's 8 years where it took him to get his first shot at a title. And now he got lost three times in title matches. In having to bounce back, will it take another 8 years? Does he have 8 years to build a record to climb back to the top echelon of the division? That's like really, really deep. It takes a certain kind of heart to be able to stay in the fight as well
Yeah, most definitely.
in a dog eat dog sport.
The dog eat dog division.
Yes, it is. So anybody can get in there. Usually, whoever wins that is usually, even though a lot of people sees the heavyweight as the most dangerous man in the world, toughest guy in the world. It feels like 155 is that division.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, true. Because because even for the longest, that division wasn't even there when I first started the UFC. Because it used to be there, then BJ Penn left, and then the division wasn't there in the lightweight. And it also came back to Sean Sherk versus Kenny Florian fought each other, and Sean Sherk won the title. Then that's what I can't remember. Was that's on A zone like that? That's when the division came back again. But ever like it being like some murders. How many champions? Anthony Pettis, Conor McGregor, even though he defended, Rafael dos Anjos, the Alvarez, the Underground King have been champion there. Of course, BJ Penn went over Jordan Stevenson, Diego Sanchez, Kenny Florian, all those guys when BJ Penn was in his prime there in 155. But that weight class within the last 10 years have been crazy, especially the two Russians that were running that weight class during that time. Khabib Nurmagomedov and Islam Makhachev. Those are the top two that were just running that weight class.
True.
Or do you think also having those two rushes there kind of bottleneck the division, which is like actually made the division step it up one notch just to keep up with those two rushes?
Yeah, I feel like you had to step up for that. It may have for like short periods of time bottlenecked because there was just nobody who was even close to competition for him. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it hurts the division any. I think people knowing they had to contend with that kind of wrestling, with that kind of skill, and just sheer tenacity, I think was good for the division overall.
Yeah. Oh, like the saying goes, cream rises to the top. So just like if those two rushes were there or not, once those two rushes they leave, that division is gonna be in a better position. Unless everybody bows down and just like give up, like this is our destiny. There's nothing we can do about it. But
Yeah,
the division seems like they have been just regardless of whether they're going against the Russians or they're going against each other, they have been just going after it, which makes things a lot interesting
it does.
for matchups. Especially considering now they have 2 belts in the same division.
Right.
Yeah. So you don't get one, you can go for the other one. You keep the highlights coming, you'll get called up for that title.
That's true. That's true.
So that's all I have to say. Just let us know what you think about that. Which would you rather have? Holloway's chin or Poirier's heart? Do you want to close it up?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Please give us a follow on Instagram. Give us a listen to on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadios, and iTunes. Really appreciate you guys listening in. Again, hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys next time.